Святого Євангелія читання. Будьмо уважні, в той час побачив Ісус силу народу і, змилосердивши над ними, та вигоїв їхніх недужих. Як же настав вечір, підійшли до нього його учні і кажуть: «Пустинне це місце, та й час минув уже, відпусти людей, нехай йдуть по своїх та селах та куплять собі поживи». Ісус сказав їм: «Не треба їм відходити, дайте ви їм їсти». Вони ж мовлять до нього: «Ми маємо тут тільки 5 хлібів і 2 риби». Тоді він каже: «Принесіть мені їх сюди». І, велівши народові сісти на траві, взяв 5 хлібів і 2 риби, підвів очі до неба, поблагословив і розламав хліби і дав учням, а учні людям. І всі їли до наситу. І назбирали 12 повних кошів кусків, що зісталися. Тих же, що їли, було яких 5000 чоловік, окрім жінок і дітей. І зараз же заставив учнів увійти до човна і переплисти на той бік раніше від нього, поки відпустить народ. At that time Jesus saw a vast crowd. His heart was moved with pity for them, and he cured their sick. When it was evening, the disciples approached him and said, "This is a deserted place. It is already late. Dismiss the crowds so that they can go to the villages and buy food for themselves." Jesus said to them, "There is no need for them to go away. Give them some food yourselves." But they said to him, 5 loaves and 2 fish are all we have here. Then he said, "Bring them here to me." And he ordered the crowds to sit on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he said the blessing, broke the loaves, and gave them to the disciples, who in turn gave them to the crowds. They all ate and were satisfied, and they picked up the fragments left over, 12 wicker baskets full. Those who ate were about 5,000 men, not counting women and children. Then he made the disciples get into the boat and precede him to the other side while he dismissed the crowds. Слава Ісусу Христу! Дорогі в Христі! Часом, говорячи про святу Євангелію і про віру, ми зачасто говоримо, може, і про покуту, і про гріх, а замало говоримо про красу і про радість. Як священник кінчає довгу заамвонну молитву при кінці служби Божої, він йде до святилища, кланяючи до святих дарів, і вимовляє прекрасну молитву, між яким він каже: «Сповни радість серця наші і веселість». Сповни радістю і веселістю серця наші. Ми, як християни, що відзеркаємо Воскреслого Спасителя, знаємо, що Він переміг усе. Він може так само у наших серцях перемогти жалобу, смуток, жаль і перемінити це все на радість, щоб ми, як діти світа, євангельські діти, зрозуміли, що Він вже воскрес, що Він вже переміг. Так як на нашому престолі ми маємо вирізблення Ісус Христос Ніка по-грецьки, Він є переможець. І тим ми повинні завжди радіти у наших серцях, не так уповати на свої сили, але на Божій сили. Завжди, як Ісус сказав, Він змилосердився над народом і казав своїм апостолам: ви дайте їм їсти. Господь Бог хотів нам показати, що Бог не є далеко віддалений від наших потреб і наших страждань, але Він нас розуміє краще, ніж ми себе розуміємо. І Він веде нас до глибокої радості і веселості, яка починається нині. Через це церква має прекрасний спів, архітектуру, ікони. Все, щоб нам пригадати, що ми є діти неба, ми є діти світла, ми є діти перемоги. Дай Боже, щоб Господь Бог сповнив радістю і веселістю серця наші. There were two cousins who had held a grudge for many years. And they were not even speaking to one another until finally one of them was on his deathbed. And he called his cousin to see him. No other family had been there. And so when the cousin arrived, thinking this perhaps was a time of reconciliation, he said to his cousin who had been mad at him for so many years, have you called me here to apologize because I see all your friends and family, none of them had been called to your bedside? And the cousin replied, no, I know they and I will see each other in heaven, but with you this may be the last time I will see you. Some people never want to get rid of pain, to let go of injuries. And sometimes we mistakenly think forgiveness is something that happens in a moment. And we remember that Jesus, when he was asked, should we forgive each other 7 times a day? He said, no, 70 times 7. In other words, when someone hurts you, these are injuries that come back to our mind and our heart, and each time they return, it is an opportunity to conquer pain and sorrow. It is an opportunity to say, I will not participate in the vortex of hatred and refusal of forgiveness. My life will never be that place where evil needs a host to survive. Evil dies with me. The circle of violence and hatred stops with me, because forgiveness is my call for freedom. Not just once a day or once in a lifetime, but continuously. It is a process and a struggle to say, this is painful and hurtful. We never cover up evil. But do we make evil better by reminding ourselves of how much we were hurt, by looking to hurt others, by being part of that cycle of violence that never ends, even after the other person dies? So that is why it is so important to look at Jesus on the cross. How did he forgive when he said those famous words, Lord, forgive them, they don't know what they are doing? The nails were still in his hands and feet. They were still making fun of him. They didn't want to be forgiven, but he offered it. And so we as Christians, we forgive early and often. We are part of that change of the human cycle, and we say, I will not be part of the cycle of violence and hatred and things that fester in my heart. How can you love anyone if you hate anyone? The heart is a very delicate place. It cannot hold poison and beautiful drink at the same time. The saints used to say, refusing to forgive and hating another person is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Even when the other person dies, we still have to face the way we have dealt with injury that was done to us. That is why the Lord's example on the cross is a very visible and visceral one. The nails are in, he's nailed to the cross, they're making fun of him, come down from the cross and we'll believe in you. And he says, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. Because people who hurt you have been hurt 1,000 times themselves, and you sometimes have nothing to do with the pain that is inflicted upon you. But you do have the power to fight for your freedom, to stop the cycle of violence, and to say, 70 times 7, I will forgive what is done to me, because I will not dance this dance of death that hatred wants to invite me and seduce me into. I want to be free. I want to live. And forgiveness is my ticket to say, I run my life. It's not what's done to me that matters. It's what I do to myself that determines my future. Slava Isusu Христу. Промовмо всі з усієї душі, з усієї